Hey guys, it's Mrs. Magnuson. How are you all doing today? I wanted to take a little bit of time before we get started and do a quick screencast with you and do a little bit of basic teaching. The next part that we're going to move on regarding September 11th is something that is called Operation Neptune Spear. I'm going to use this cool little gadget for now that lights up on the screen because I'm trying to figure out how to use this properly. So one of the things you're going to be working on today is a forms. Let me close this out for now. But we'll get to that at the end. So some basic stuff I want to make sure that you guys understand. Osama bin Laden, the leader of Al-Qaeda, he is the man who we know is responsible for planning the September 11th attacks. Keep in mind that the attacks took place in 2001, but it took until 2011 for the United States to ultimately hunt him down and eventually kill him, which is what we're going to be focusing on the next couple of days, which is what we call Operation Neptune Spear. So some basic background for you related to Al-Qaeda. Here's a map so you guys can see the different parts of the world where they tend to operate. Notice you don't see North America on here. That doesn't mean that North America is not a location that you'd find them, but this is the area that tends to support them, that tends to fund them, and that tends to allow them to operate within their borders. Here's a really quick explanation because a lot of people don't understand the difference between Al-Qaeda and ISIS. So here's a little diagram for you guys. You can look at it really quickly and you can see the difference. The easiest way I can explain it to you is they both have different leaders. Al-Qaeda goes for the larger massive attacks. ISIS is more of the lone wolf attacks. ISIS is more focused on land control and Al-Qaeda is more focused on mass killing. Here's some basics to make sure you guys understand what the war on terror is. Keep in mind that the war on terror is philosophical in the respect that, unlike in World War II, we're not fighting the Nazis who are based in Germany. So there's no country for us to go after because, like I showed you on the map, terrorists are worldwide. So here's some basic things to know. The goal was to destroy Al-Qaeda and also end its use of Afghanistan as a location where it was based. The United States promised to turn Afghanistan into a democracy and remove the Taliban, which was the government that used to control the country, and that allowed Al-Qaeda to operate within its borders. They were pretty successful in doing that rather quickly and helping Afghanistan establish somewhat of a democratic system. It's still kind of a mess over there, but it's definitely much better than it was many years ago. All right, so some basic things related to Osama bin Laden. I'm actually going to stop the screencast here and I'm going to do a separate screencast just related to the mission to get bin Laden because I know I'm going to run out of time on this one. But just so you guys see, before we start and move to the other one, this is the location of bin Laden's compound where they found him in Abbottabad, which was located in Pakistan. This gives you an overview of what the compound looked like. They say it was about a $6 million compound. They believe it was built in about 2005. Notice, let me put on my little gadget here. They burned the trash. They had concrete walls surrounding the side of the compound. Some were as high as 18 feet with barbed wire. If you notice here, it says a 7-foot high privacy wall with opaque windows on the 3rd floor. It's believed bin Laden lived on the 3rd floor. Bin Laden was about 6 feet, 6 inches. So they made sure to build it so that he could protect himself from any sort of view from above. This is definitely not a typical compound for a terrorist. He was actually living in plain sight in the middle of a main city on a side road about half a mile away from the Pakistani military academy. So he was living in a neighborhood when he was located. So I'm going to take a break here and then we're going to go on to the next screencast.